All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. I am Rich Hurst. I'll be your broadcaster for this evening for the Roughneck Madness Money Racing Series as they are here at Talladega. So if you like fast cars, if you like a stack full of cash, and you like super speedways, well, this is the place to be here at the Roughneck Madness Money Racing. We got 48 drivers registered in tonight's race, and the top drivers will come out with a pocket full of cash. And just to let you know, some of those prizes, you're looking at $200 for first place, $175 for second. Third is going to be $152. Fourth place, $100, and fifth is also $100. Sixth place is going to get about $70. 8th through 10th is going to be about $50, and 11th through 15th are going to get their entry fees paid right back. So $27 got them into this race, and if you're in the top 15, you'll get $27 or more. But let's go through your tonight's lineup, and forgive me if I mispronounced any names out there. But Falkenham, he is going to be your pole sitter for tonight, and as Warneth is going to be sitting in second row. Forgive me there, Trevor. Looking at row number 2 is going to be Maines and Ward. Row number 3 is looking like Sipple and Green. Row number 4 is going to be Ray and Nagels. Row number 5 is Basin and Vasquez. Row number 6 is going to be Guest and Walker. Brambella and Harper are going to be in row number 7. Row number 8 is looking like Thompson and Hennings. Row number 9 is going to be Real and Win. Row number 10 is going to be York and Asher Little. Row number 11 is going to be Dedrich and Jones. Row number 12 is looking like Eberhardt and Barksdale. Row number 13 is going to be Haynes and Bassinez. Row number 14 is going to be Miles and Reed. Row number 15 is looking like Darnell and Carbon. Melton and Smith is going to be sitting right there in 31st and 32nd. Joshua and Hastings is going to be 33rd and 34th. 35th and 36th is looking like Kenneth and Adam Young. 37th and 38th is going to be Miss Retta and Warren. 39th and 40th is going to be Sizemore and Vondell. 41st and 42nd is going to be Hackett and Corbett. Mr. James Wagner is going to be 43rd, and 44th is going to be Chris Ramsey. We've seen that name before. Derek Riley is going to be 45th, and 46th is going to be Miles Bagley. 47th to 48th is looking like Sean Wiggins, and looks like Terry Wilson. That's going to wrap up tonight's. That's going to wrap up tonight's lineup, and we're getting ready for them to load it into the track. It looks like the warm-up session is over. Sorry about a little bit of delay. The timing was a little bit off, but that's okay. We did get it started on time. So sit back, pull those belts tight, and let's get ready for some super speedway racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. Drivers getting ready to load in. And there they go. They're going to take their pace lap. Let's see if we can go down there and zoom in. As cash is on the line for this evening's race, we are bound to see anything happen tonight. I did hear some four wide racing, some four wide racing in one of their Money Series races prior to this. And I'm trying to get it to where it is. Not wanting to cooperate. But that's all right. We'll get it set up and we'll try again. All right, getting ready to come out of turn number 3. You have the 88 and the 89 right there in row number 1. And Jess says, hello, Heath. What's happening? Glad that y'all are joining. Love the grid graphics. I appreciate that. I try to be a little bit different than others. And let's get ready to go green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. 48 drivers on the track, and we have about 60 laps here tonight. And here they go. Geico restart zone, green, 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 and they're off. Double file on that restart. They cannot transition to a different line until they pass that start-finish line. And there you see, we already got a little bit of 3 wide action. You have the 23. He's going to be up there on top. Oh, 6 is going to get a little bit of a shove there. And look at that outside lane go. About a 6-car train, now a 7-car train on that outside. And forgive me, because some of the numbers are not going to match up with the ticker and tower. I'm probably going to have to reset that, see if it goes away. So you'll probably see a little bit of a black screen real quick. And there it goes. And we're back. Already almost 4 wide, and they do get it straightened out. Now back to 3 wide. You got a 2-car breakaway. That's going to be the 92 and the 6. While they get everything figured out, they're going to be 4 wide back here. That's going to be like the 10th position. And oh, almost had the big one here at lap number 2. Let's see if we can get that ticker and tower back up for y'all folks. It does have a hard time transitioning from like a warm-up to the race. So it takes a second to get everything up and going. And there we go. We do have it. Let's get the laps up there. There they are, lap number 2. And look at the 92. He is trying to control the whole field as they are 3 wide as far as the eye can see. And there is that ticker, so you can see where your favorite drivers are, and that's going to be Ward in that number 92. He is going to be leading the field. They got the 89 as Warneth right there behind him, and it looks like the bottom lane, they are going to take a point, and that is going to be the 87 of Green. He is going to take the lead here at lap number 3. He's got a little bit of help from the 93, and that's going to be hard to figure out who that is because the numbers, everybody's all jumbled together. Their numbers don't match. I'm still setting up a little bit of things because I had to reset. But it's going to be a little bit of double file racing. We've got a little bit of 3 wide going on back towards the back here. And that's going to be start off with the number 6. Let's see if we can go. That's going to be simple. And it did. He is starting to make up a little bit of ground there in that middle lane. And coming into turn number 2. Out of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Ooh, a little bit of wiggle from that number 92. He almost got into that outside lane. It looks like the Fast and the Furious machine is going to be on the outside. Kind of got it painted up like Paul Walker's skyline. But As one of these is going to be out front leading that bottom line. It looks like the one is going to go to the outside. He's going to try to pull a block. Not going to be able to get there. That Toyota Camry is going to dive to the bottom. And it's going to be the 23 getting a little bit of bump and run. Not really a bump and run, but he did have an amazing save. That could have been catastrophic here at lap number 5. Could have took a lot of drivers out. And that's going to give Garrett Main the lead on that outside lane up there by the wall in that number 43. Once again, the numbers do not match, so it's kind of hard to keep track of who's who. And it looks like the skyline is going to be in the wall. And I'm trying to figure out who that is. I believe that is going to be Bassinez? I believe that is. Yeah, I believe so. And once again, forgive me if I do mispronounce names. I try to go in before everything gets started, and just get to know the drivers a little bit and get to know how they pronounce their names correctly. But a lot of the drivers were not in the Discord when I was before I went live. But a little bit of 2-wide racing up here towards the front as they come into turn number 1. So far, it's been green flag racing for the last 6 laps. 49 going to be looking to the inside of the Paul Walker skyline. Cody Nagels is going to be working his way up to 3rd, and a little bit more door checking going on as these cars are stuck to the track. Look at that bumping and banging. And we do have some pro drivers. Now they're going to be almost 4 wide as they push, I believe that was a Toyota Camry, up the track just a little bit. That's going to be the 01, and that's going to be Logan York. And you can't push the pusher, but they're pushing as hard as they can. You got to be worried about how hot these cars get, and I do want to point out that Brian Hennings, he started towards the back, and he is going to be working his way up towards the front. There you see that 74 machine right there on that bottom lane, right there behind the 89. So what a great job. And let's look at your biggest positions gained here so far. If it will pop up. There it is. Bagley up 25 positions. Bazinez up 23. Wagner up 17. Jones Wagner up 18. And Jones up 18, now 19. So a lot of big movers in this race so far, and that is easy to do here at Super Speedway Racing, but they're limited on fuel. They got to think about strategy. 89 is going to pull off the track, and he's going to have to make an early pit stop. Or is he quitting? Don't know where he's going, but we're going to go catch back up with our leader. And that is going to be Nathan Harper. He has got the lead as of right now in that 43 machine now it's going to be Falkenham. He is going to have the lead in his number 37 machine. Ticker and Tower having a problem keeping up with so many drivers in the field. But all the drivers are on the track except for the 89, which he did cut out. But once again, a lot of cash on the line, so these drivers are going to be driving their hearts out. Oh, look at that. That was, it looks like that was the number 6. But what an amazing save by these drivers. And 01 going to dive down to the bottom of the track. Logan York making an evasive maneuver, pulling some moves that we haven't seen. These cars are pretty much stuck to the track, making room wherever they can. There you see a lot of lane changes going on by the 01. Pulling up a little bit of driver information there. There we see we do have a blinker. And there you see from 5th, I mean, it's a 0.155 seconds back to a 5th position. So they're all bunched up underneath the blanket there. There you see the one that is Garrett Maines. He's pretty much trying to make his car 3 lanes wide, trying to control every aspect of the track. And now York is going to be able to take the lead coming down the backstretch, getting pushed by Bazinez. 87 making a bold move down to the bottom of the track. And here he goes. Does he have any help? He doesn't have any help. He's not going to be able to get to the lead as he come out of turn number 4. Through the Geico restart zone, here they come, and it's going to be the 01 of Logan York. He is going to be right there, and it looks like we got somebody in the pits for a minute and a half so far, a little over 2 minutes. We're going to hide that notification. But let's go take a look at Cody Nagels. Cody Nagels is stuck in a hornet's nest. He has nowhere to go. He's pretty much in the mix. And there you see that Chevy Monte Carlo SS stuck in a little bit of traffic. Got the outside blocking. He's blocked on the outside, blocked on the inside. He has nowhere to go but push the 1 as far as he can. And here they come. 49 trying to make his car 3 wide, but he couldn't do it. 01 going to go way to the outside. Going to get a nice push from the 49. That's going to push the 01 down to the bottom, down to the middle lane. And it looks like Bazinez, he is going to take over the lead. All right, we're going to take the comparison off, and we're going to actually just show the onboard camera as of right now. And it looks like we are going to have our first caution of the evening. And let's go back and see if we can find out what exactly happened. Oh, there's so much things going on. There it is, right there. We're going to have to replay it from there. And I'm trying to figure out where exactly this happened. It's going to be back a little bit further. My transition is going so fast that it can't keep up. Let's try it from here. Somebody just disappeared. Somebody else just disappeared. All right, we're going to go back live for a few minutes. And we'll try to find that in the replay. As, like I said, there's so many cars on the track that it has a little bit of a hard time really keeping up with everything that's going on. And it started with Adam Young. Let's see if we can catch it from right here. And right there it is. 2 is going to get put on spin cycle. And let's see if we can't slow that down just a little bit and really take a look at what happened. And that's going to be the 2 Miller Lite car. There he is. He is going to be in a 4 wide situation. Brian Henning's going to be right there to the inside. 30 going to be on the outside. And it looks like, 74 got into 78, and then they collected the 2, put him on spin cycle. 22 going to get a piece of that action. So that means somebody's going to have to use a fast repair, definitely, to continue. All right, going back live as people have come into the pits. It looks like somebody missed their pits. And Asher Little, he is going to be right there in 12th, waiting on the tower to catch up. There we go. James Wagner is going to be your leader here so far at lap number 14. Still have a lot of racing left to go in tonight's race. Oh, the 89 is on call for his work. Probably got a call and had to leave. Well, appreciate that, Heath. You know, he was running really well. He was out there out front, and then he just had to go. Understandable. I've been there, done that. James Wagner going to pull his car down to the apron. Falkingham going to be scored your leader as of right now. And a lot of these drivers some of these drivers are admins, so they're doing admin stuff while they're driving. Me, I can't do that type of stuff because 90% of the time I'm in VR, so I can't see nothing. But Roughneck Racing Network out there, appreciate y'all stopping by. Appreciate each and every one of y'all stopping by here at the Southern Broadcasting Gaming Network. Kind of doing a little bit of a fill-in. As we should be getting double file here very, very soon. Falkingham Green going to be starting on the front row. Now, the leader does have a lane choice, I do believe. Maine's going to be right there. Starting on the second row, Eberhardt. Alongside him, Cody Nagels and Dederich. Going to be in row number 3. All right, biggest mover so far is going to be that number 52 machine driven by Christopher Melton. He's going to be up 23 positions. And he is driving that number 52. Actually, it says 92. That bad fast. Oh, I'm sorry. That 52 is on the outside. It's late. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all for bringing me in for tonight's race. I'm glad I didn't have a lot going on. R&R boys flexing. Let's go R&R. All right, getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Lap number 15 is about to be complete as they get to turn number 3. And you know what time it is? It's time to crank it up. We'll crank it up on this restart. Hear that horsepower fly by. Once again, they do have a lot of prizes going on here tonight. First place will win a pocket full of cash, $200 to first. Second will get $175, and third will get $152. So either way, all the way back to 15th, you're going to be a winner here tonight. All right, pace car is going to dive off, and let's get ready to crank this bad boy back up. And let's go green flag racing. Geico's restart zone coming your way. And let's go to the starter cam. All right, well, the green flag was out, and now they are back under caution. Let's go take a look and see if we can find exactly what happened. And it looks like Adam Young had him to the pits, and Cody Reed may have received a meatball. Let's see if we can go find out what happened to Cody Reed at lap number 17. Oh, Oh, somebody got into the wall. 88 was collected. 15 was collected. Everybody making those evasive maneuvers. So we're going to have to... So we're going to be back under caution once again, and let's go back live. So many passes going on. My ticker, my sessions events is having such a hard time keeping up with everything. Well, not really keeping up. Is I can't scroll down without something else popping up that happened. Well, looks like Cody Nagels is going to be scored your leader as of right now. He elected to stay out here at lap number 18. A lot of people did go into the pits. And there you see Falkenham. He is going to be right there behind, starting right there behind him. Bassinez is going to be in the 48. And that is going to be the Paul Walker Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. And now pits are open, so we're going to have a bunch of pit takers. Main's going to be bringing it down. 87 of Green is going to be bringing it down. John Ward, everybody coming down to top it off. And with that Sunoco race fuel, and maybe grab some 4 fresh feel goods. Well, so far I've seen these gentlemen do not mind going 3 wide. They feel pretty comfortable going even 4 wide. A lot of racing left to go. 43 laps here at Talladega Super Speedway. All right, Falkingham going to be the one who takes the green when we get back double file. We should get double file probably by next lap or so. But if you're new to the channel, we want to appreciate y'all stopping by and joining us here for the Roughneck Racing Madness Money Racing. As they have a lot of prizes to give. They put on a lot of these events. They are very popular. Like I said, 48 drivers registered here in tonight's race. And there are some pro drivers out here from what old Mr. Wagner said. Glad to be a part of this series here tonight. When it comes to money and it comes to fast cars, anything is going to happen. And when we get about 20 to go, you'll see the aggression really crank up. You'll see some bumping, you'll see some banging, you'll see some aggressive pushes, especially in turns. Ooh, just got out before the pace car. I do believe that was going to be the 78. Yeah, that was the 78. Evan Carlbon, he made it out just before the pace car. Hopefully he can get his car back around before they reach the start-finish line. All right, Nagels and Falkingham, they are ready to take the green flag as they come out of turn number 2. Maines and Bassinez are going to be right there in row number 2. Austin Green and John Ward are going to be in row number 3. Little and it looks like Eberhardt going to be restarting at row number 4. Detterich and it looks like Melton are going to be restarting in row number 5. Harper and Ray in row number 6. That's going to wrap up your top 12. And let's take a look at those biggest movers of the race still. As it's probably going to have to calculate a little bit. 41 laps to go. We'll have 40 when we take the green flag. And the biggest movers of the race is going to be Bagley up 34 position. Ramsey up 24. Or excuse me, now 23. As they get side by side once again. So some big movers in tonight's race. Well, here they come out of turn number 4. Pace car will dive off once again. And let's get ready to go back to green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. Nagel's on the inside, Falkenham on the outside, coming to the Geico restart zone. Everybody bumper to bumper, and here we go. Green flag is going to be right back out, and ooh, the 8 is going to jump out of line quick, fast, and in a hurry. Don't know if there was a checkup, but that bottom lane is going to have a little bit of an advantage. He's got some helps, but here comes that outside lane, side by side, coming into turn number 1. And the third lane is already going to start. Here comes the 49. That's going to be Eberhardt. He's got some help. But now everybody else wants that high line. That's going to be Passanez, and that's going to be Falkenham. They are all going to take over that outside lane. And here comes Ray. He's going to be right there along with him. Now the 49 is going to jump out of the line. He's going to go all the way down to the bottom of the track. He's got a little bit of help. That's going to be the 93 Toyota Camry. And I believe that is going to be Vasquez. Like I said, the numbers don't match, so it's kind of hard to tell who is who. It says 71 on my screen, but it says 93 on his car. But we got a little bit of 4 wide action going back here. And it did get straightened out quick, fast, and in a hurry, but there's still a lot of shuffling going back here. And I believe it's going to be back here towards Logan York. And it's going to be back to 3 wide racing, a little bit of a scrape from the 44. On the wall, no harm, no foul. The car is back up to speed. And 46 is going to rub the wall just a little bit. There you go. That is going to be Nathan Harper that rubbed the wall down the backstretch. Could have been a shove gone wrong, but back out here up front, it's going to be Falkenham. He's going to be trying to control the whole field. And right now, he's going to be right on that outside lane. Here comes Bassanez. He's going to be looking to the inside. He turned the NOS on, and he is going to take over the lead here at lap here with 38 to go. He's trying to make his car three lanes wide, but not going to be able to do it. And he's going to cut off Vasquez. And they are going to be 4 wide racing coming into turn number 3. 97 97 going to be stuck right there in the middle. And he is going to go the wrong direction as they are still going to be 4 wide once again. Oh, and we caught it. The 33 going to be around. And we're going to have another caution. And he is going to have a torn up race car. Let's see if we can't go back and take a look and find out what happened to that 33. There you see he is caught in the 4 wide situation. He's going to have the 23 to his outside. And let's see if we can get a better glimpse of this. And we're going to have to back it up just a little bit. And it looks like he caught the 14. And right there, he tries to come down, and the 14 is going to get him. He's going to collect the 14. And so he is going to have a little bit of a messed up race car. He's probably going to have to utilize that fast repair. There you can see that thing is crumpled up in the front end. But it still looks like it can be repaired. So, back under caution. Yeah, we're going to go back live. Probably have some takers for pit road, definitely to get some of that damage fixed up. And let's see if we can Let's see if we can take a look. Yeah, that back end is all mangled. Now let's take a look at the right-hand side. Yeah, he's got a lot of damage on the right-hand side and the left-hand side, so he's definitely going to have to come in and get some repairs done. Hopefully have a car at the end. There you see the two still got a little bit of damage. 37 laps to go in tonight's race. And here they come all down pit road. All right, while we are under caution, I'm going to try to make a little bit of adjustment. I saw something that may be hindering us. Nope, we're done. I usually don't do that, but it was one of those settings that I did not check to make sure I had all the cars up there, and they are. All right, Nagel's out front, leading him under caution. Eberhardt going to be right there in second. Misretta is going to be restarting in third. And Ray going to be restarting in fourth. Everybody coming out of the pits definitely want to top off with that Sunoco race fuel. Maybe grab some of those 4 fresh feel goods that they have sitting in the pits, or see how good the tires are going to be without them. I kind of like not taking tires here at super speedways. Let's take a look at the weather, see how hot the weather is. And it's going to be 136 degrees as far as track temp goes. So that track is nice and hot. Especially being in Alabama, that track is definitely burning up. All right, pace car still out, 75, riding with Nick Sipple. And Cody Nagel's going to take the bottom lane, with Eberhardt going to be looking to restart on the outside. And once again, if you're out there in the chat, we appreciate y'all stopping by. 35 laps to go in tonight's race. We'll be getting back to green flag racing next time by. Ryan Hennings is moved back up. We saw him in an incident earlier. He has moved himself back up into the 13th position. There he is on that outside lane. I would go through the field, but it looks like we got about 35 drivers out there on the track still. Got a couple trying to catch up, a few damaged race cars. Austin Green going to be one of those damaged machines. There you can see he's got a bunch of right side damage. Kyler Wynn in the number 2 machine. He's probably having a tough time, keeping up with the draft with all that damage. A lot of cars out there on the track, so it takes it a second to transition and get all the cars, show all the cars. So I apologize for that. That's something that's out of my control. But it looks like the pace car is going to dive off and head down pit road. And let's get back to green flag racing with 34 laps to go, as Cody Nagel's going to bring him to the Geico restart zone for the restart. And they are going to be off, and what a restart that is going to be. And it looks like Mr. Retta is going to be right there on the back bumper, but here comes the 49, and he is going to already go. He is already going to have a 3-wide situation as the 8 is going to go to the outside. Not going to be able to make up any ground. The 75 is going to go up to the top of the track. And I believe that is going to be Nick Sipple in that number 75. But here comes the 49, going to be fighting right back on that bottom lane. He's going to have the 92 of John Ward right there behind him, and they're trying to get something going, but they can't make up the ground as the top 3 are going to dive it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Still about 2 wide all the way back to the 8th position, and they're going to be about 3 wide, starting with the 92 of John Ward. And now they are just moving from lane to lane, almost a 4-wide situation as they get it sorted out. It's still going to be 4 wide right there with, I believe that's going to be the 27. No, that's going to be, yeah, I believe that is the 27. And it looks like the 23. Let's go see if we can capture this action. It gets sorted out, and we are back to 3 wide. Got the 11 right there behind the 23. They are trying to make up as much ground as they can. And it looks like they're going to fade back just a bit. That 45 is looking mighty mean on that bottom lane, and that is going to be Corbett, Sean Corbett, trying to make his way through the field. He is pretty much in bumper-to-bumper 5 o'clock traffic as he is right there in the 23rd spot. Everybody's still up underneath the blanket. It is still going to be anybody's race as we have 32 laps to go when they cross over the start-finish line. 4 wide all the way back here with the 44. They get it sorted out quick, fast, and in a hurry, and they look at the run that they are going to have with the draft package here at Talladega, and the fastest lap is going to go to Daniel Falkenham. And let's see if we can find him. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is back here, that 37. He is going to be back here in a little bit of traffic. And there he goes around the 6. He just found a hole and put his car there, and he made some moves. What an amazing move that was. And back to 4 wide up here towards the front. That's not the car that we wanted. It is so hard to grab the car that you want when their numbers do not match. Well, back out front is going to be Bassinez in that number 48, Fast and the Furious machine. He does have the 26 of Dederich right there behind him, getting some nice shoves down the backstretch. These cars can hold the track. And, oh, look at who was that? That was going to be Eberhard trying to give the 01 a push, and the car did not like it. So a little bit. Oh, we got a car in the wall. I'm trying to figure out who that was. And I believe that's going to be Adam Young. Adam Young is in the number 13. Let's go back and see. No, that was James Wagner. So many things happening on the track. Like I said, it's so hard to keep up with everything. Trying to get it to... Come on, catch back up with yourself. Come on, give me a different camera angle. Well, we tried to find it, couldn't find it. But we are still under green flag racing conditions, so no caution did come out. Vasquez is going to be out front. He is going to be riding that low lane, trying to get his cars to some clean air. Logan York going to be out front with the 49 of Eberhard. He is giving it everything he has, trying to keep that Toyota out front. He's going to shove the Toyota up the track. No. 01 is going to try to utilize a little side draft to slow that bottom lane down. He does have a little bit of help from the 26. 26 tried to give him a shove coming out of turn number 2. And he just cut off Brian Hennings. You don't want to do that too many times. Brian Hennings knows how to use that bumper. I've raced with him before. And a little bit of 3 wide. Coming across the start-finish line into turn number 1. Very close. And a lot of contact with Falkenham having a little bit of wiggle from the contact. 47 going to be almost around. Is he going to save it? Did he save it? Oh, and that might be a caution. No caution yet. We're still, there it is. And let's go back and see if we can take a look at what happened to the 47. There you can see 4 wide, 93, 46, 47, and 8. Here comes the 87. And I saw a little bit of net code involved in that, but look at how he is wheeling and dealing. And the 8 just collected him, and he went head first into the outer safer barrier wall. So if he has a fast repair left, he will be able to get that car back out there on the track. But if you don't, your goose might be cooked. With super speedway racing, it's so hard to tell where everybody is at one time. It's so hard to get the names out. Like I said, if the car numbers don't match, it's so hard to figure out who is who. So we'll try to get that handled. With it being a registered set, entry session, last minute incomers, they could come in and just put a number on their car and call it a day and just race it out. Makes it a little bit interesting for the broadcast because you're trying to figure out who wrecked, who is where. And we got some pit takers. The 01 and the 2 elected not to pit. Oh, I think he's going to take the short way to his pit box. That's an interesting strategy. That's going to be a black flag for sure. Unless they give him credit for doing a little bit of lawn care. Don't know exactly what happened there, but I believe that 01 to be going towards the back. So Logan York not in the best position as of right now. Well, a lot of short pits as we see 6-second pit stops. We see a 12-second and a 17-second. Probably some of those drivers trying to get some of that damage fixed. As Falkenham might take over the lead as, looks like York is going to go back to the back of the pack. There is the front of Eberhardt's nose of his Ford Mustang. Looks pretty clean, even though with all the bumping he has been doing, it still looks pretty clean. There is that Fast and the Furious machine. But that's false advertisement. They are running Goodyears. They're not running Toyotas unless he's got those special tires. But you only have 2 sets of tires in tonight's race. You do not have a fast repair, so if you damage your car, you're pretty much, your goose is cooked if it cannot be repaired. So far, we've seen a lot of cars that might be out of the running, but they got a lot of chances to make up some positions. Like I said, the from first all the way to 15th, you have a chance to either winning your entry fee back or winning a pocket full of cash, up to $200 for tonight's winner. And Fulkingham is going to be your leader on this restart. We're going to have 25 laps to go when we go back green, and it's just now begun because we're going to see a lot more aggressive moves going on here at Talladega. Everybody wants to win, that payday. If I won $200, I'd probably call into work tomorrow. Be like, nah, I made my money. But just know the winner will be telling old Mr. James Wagner, show me the money. All right, James Waring is going to be your biggest mover as of right now. Vasquez is going to be the second biggest mover with Corbett. And we're getting ready to take that green flag as the pace car will be entering in turn number 3. And you know what? Let's ride on board. There you see he might be clutching it down to 300 RPM, so he's probably clutching that car in and getting ready to hit the Geico restart zone. Back to green flag racing, 24 laps to go here in tonight's race, and they are off. What a good restart for that outside lane. Through the gears and all the way up to the wall. There you can see those shoves definitely upset that car. And look at the outside lane go. And let's zoom out. And Fulkingham is going to be your leader. He's got about a 3-car train on that high line. He's got the 92 of John Ward and Chris Walker helping him. And Chris Walker says, no way, Jose. I want to lead this thing too. He's going to jump down to the bottom lane. He's going to jump right in front of Cody Nagels as Nagels is going to hook bumpers. And look at the aggressive move from the 92 all the way down to the bottom of the track. And here comes Chris Walker. Oh my goodness, and there goes Fulkingham. Oh no, that was not Fulkingham. That was, who was that? All I saw was a car just shoot down the track. Let's kind of replay that. I believe that is going to be... Oh, yeah, he just got pinched, and look at him go. Right down the track he goes. One-car incident. Don't know if that's going to bring out a caution. But let's go back live and see if we're under caution or not. No, we're not under caution. It's still going to be green flag racing. And look at Cody Nagels. He is going to be trying to control the whole field. Could not get in front of Fulkingham, as Fulkingham is now going to take the lead. He is going to have Basin right there behind him, trying to push him up to the front. And Basin's going to be by himself. And here comes the big one. Couple cars involved. That's going to be the 46 involved. And we're going to have another caution. His car is going to be all torn up. Let's go back and take a look and find out exactly how this happened. Let's find a 46. There he is, a 3-wide situation, 1 on the outside. 8's going to move up the track. 46 finds a hole. And Brian Hennings gives him a big shove. But I don't believe it started with him. No, it started in front of him. One's going to be involved, and I cannot tell the number on that Ford Mustang. Let's see if we can't zoom in just a little bit. Everybody making those evasive maneuvers. I need matching numbers. All right, so I can't find his number, but we're going to go back live. That was a pretty big one. A lot of cars going to have to go in and get these cars all fixed up. There you see the 46. He has heavy damage on his Ford Mustang. But Falkenham is going to be your race leader. Who's going to bring it down pit road? Do they have enough fuel to make it? Are we going to see those pit takers? There you see the 6 is going to be on the apron. That's going to be Cody Nagels. This is actually the 36. Sean Colbert still going to be your biggest mover. Waring is going to be right there tied for second with Derek Raleigh. That's a name that we have not called. Let's see if we can find Mr. Raleigh. Where is he at? Derek Raleigh right now running in the 20th place in that Budweiser Chevrolet. Number 17. There you see James Wagner. He has got a lot of front end damage, so he is going to be out for the night. We got a car coming down pit road, no front bumper, so he's got a lot of work to do to get that car back up and going. Quite a few cars out right this minute, but Falkenham, he is not worried. He is out front leading this thing with Cody Nagels going to be restarting on the front row right along with him. Basin and Eberhardt going to be right there, starting in row number 2. Aaron Vasquez going to be right there restarting with John Ward in row number 3. Excuse me. Well, we'll probably get green flag racing with 18 laps to go here in tonight's Madness Money Race presented by James Wagner Welding. And if I knew I was going to be broadcasting tonight before last minute, I would have definitely had ads, because I do have ads for for Wagner's Welding. They do a lot of great work. Definitely highly recommend them. And they're in the North Carolina area, so if you're in the North Carolina, look them up if you need any welding work done. All right, double file this time by Falkenham and Nagels, trying to win that pocket full of cash. I'd be happy with a 15th place finish. Here you see a lot of drivers trying to catch up to the tail end of the field. It looks like the two got a lot of his damage fixed. There you see we have a couple 88s in the field. Brian Henning's going to be right there behind them. Top 10 is going to be Falkenham, Nagels, Eberhardt, Basin, Ward, Vasquez, Little, Walker, Hastings, Jones. Going to wrap up your top 10, 11th through 20th. 11th through 20th is going to be Mistretta, looks like Bagley, Corbett, Joshua, Smith, and looks like Raleigh, Kenneth, Haynes, and Spittle, and Warring is going to wrap up your top 20. Looks like we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Here they come. Falkenham and Nagels coming to the Geico restart zone. 18 laps to go when they hit that start-finish line. And we calculated correctly as the laps wind down. The temper, the pushing and the aggression definitely heats up, and here we go. Lane changes already. Falkenham going to get a nice jump on that restart. He's going to have the 49 of Eberhardt, going to be trying to push him out of turn number 2, trying to get him a good little lead, trying to get a little bit of a breakaway. 93 and 23 get together, pushes the 23 up the track. He's going to have a little bit of damage. Trying to figure out who exactly is in the 23. And it's not going to show me. But Falkenham going to be out front with John Ward. Vasquez going to be all riding that high line. They're going to drop down to the bottom. They're going to open up the... And here we go. There is a caution out on the track. Don't know exactly who that was, but let's back it up. Trying to exactly find out where the caution happened. 45 going to be off the track. So it happened way before then. We're going to have to back it up the manual way. Oh, there it is. 35. All right, we're going to play it from here. 35 just hits the wall, comes off the wall, and it's all over. Four to 35. That's right. Cautions breed cautions. Hasn't been a bad race here thus far. But you are exactly right. Cautions breed cautions. And it also brings a busy pit road. And there was your leader, Falkenham. He's going to make it to his pit box. He's probably going to take fuel only. And will he make it out in time? Ooh, that was close. 92, I do believe, may have beat him out, but we'll have to see how this plays out. And it looks like Falkenham is going to be able to grab that second spot. So he's going to restart on the front row. Now, Cody Nagel is going to be out here riding the apron right there behind the pace car. I don't believe he went in the pit. He last pitted at lap number 40. And everybody else at 44. 16 laps to go. Does he have the fuel to make it if it goes green? Now, if for whatever reason they cannot get it to go green all the way to the end, if we do see a caution. Uh-oh. I don't know exactly what happened there. But if they can't keep it green until the checkered flag, they'll have one attempt at a green-white checkered. So we'll have to see how all this plays out, and that's all you get is just one attempt. There is no do-overs after that. But with 45% fuel, you got to wonder if Cody Nagels is anticipating more cautions and is going to be able to make it to the end. Here you see a couple drivers riding down the apron, probably coasting. But you know what? Let's ride on board. Well, he is under power. He's not saving fuel, so I do believe he's calculating that he has enough fuel to make it to the end. Cody Nagels decided to restart on the inside, leaving Falkenham on the outside. So the drivers that pitted with 15 laps to go, or at lap number 44, are probably good on fuel. And let's go ahead and take a look at the most positions gained. Hunter Hastings, he is going to be up 30. Mr. Retta is going to be up 29, along with Corbett. He is going to be up 30 also. So a couple big movers in tonight's race. They started at the back and worked their way up to the front. And the number 35 of Terry Wilson, we have not called his number, but he is going to be back here. Scored in the 28th. He is going to be going back to the back of the tail end of the field. But he is still one of those big movers. 39 of Bagley. Let's take a look and find out where he is exactly at. There he is. But out front, they're getting ready to take the green flag with 14 laps left to go. 92 going to be restarting behind Cody Nagels. They've been some forces to be reckoned with, trying to make their cars 3 wide and control the whole field. But let's see how they take off. And Cody Nagels is going to have a really good restart, but he has no help to keep him out front. As the 88 and looks like the 44, they're going to link up together. It looks like Nagels is going to drift up to that high line and take over in front of the 88. Looks like the 92 of Ward. He is going to tuck himself into that high line. Just waiting for that bottom lane to get really formed up, but it's not going to do it. And it looks like Ward got a shove, and he came out of line quick, fast, and in a hurry, but he tucked right back in, and it looks like they're going to be 3 wide back here for about the 10th position. Here you see the number 5. He's going to be stuck in the middle. He's going to force his car down to the bottom of the racetrack. That bottom line is going to be getting formed up, but I don't think they have enough momentum to really catch up with Cody Nagels. Now here comes the 11. And Nagels tried to block the 11, but couldn't get there. And actually, that's going to be the 38 of Basin. Dylan Basin, he is doing a pretty good job. 5 going to be all the way down on the apron. He's going to bring it up safely. Oh, no, he's not. They are going to be wrecking, and we're going to have to go back and replay and find out exactly what happened. There you see it. There's where he tried to pull the block. We're going to go back here where the 5 is, because this is kind of where it all happened. 44 going to be right there in the middle. I believe it's going to be right there. A little bit of net code from the 44. And that's going to collect a 23. 23 going to be spun all the way around. The 5 is going to get a little bit of piece of that action. And it looks like the 45 is also going to get some of it. Now we're going to rewind and try to find a better camera angle and find that 23 because it kind of all started with him. I don't know if that's the 23 though. .44 gets turned. He's going to touch the 5. 45 going to be up against the wall. Not a hard hit. It does not look like. And once again, you know, because on the replays we don't have the correct car numbers, I can't just directly go to the 23 and then give me the correct car number. So I do apologize for that. But that's going to put us under another caution. And we're going to go back live with Basin. He is going to be out front leading this thing in his Toyota Camry. Battle of the manufacturers up front. Looks like got a couple Chevrolets, Toyotas, and Fords up towards the front. First car one lap down is going to be the number 8 of Ray. And that's going to be back there in 34th place, I do believe. Got to be careful passing the pace car under yellow. A couple drivers playing hopscotch with the pace car or driving in the pace car. We should get green flag racing with about 9 laps to go. We are now coming to 10 laps to go. And Kyler Wynn, you know, we saw his car beat up, you know, not too far back. You know, when this race started, he got involved in an incident, and his car was a little bit beat up. And you know, he has spent a lot of time in the pits fixing that race car, and now he is running in second. We also saw that Bow Machine driven by Asher Little, and he was involved in an incident also, and now he is running in third. So that's pretty good. They got pretty good odds of winning this thing, even though they had a few incidents earlier on. But all right, we should get double file. Let's see which lane the 11 is going to take, or excuse me, the 38 is going to take. Of Basin, Axel Smith, the number 97, is going to be your biggest mover. And right now he's going to be restarting in the 4th position. Joshua McCullough, he is going to be right there in that number 5. He's going to be up 19 spots. Going to be restarting in, he's going to be restarting in the 14th position. Also got Kenneth McCullough restarting in the 20th position in that number 29 Coke Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Nice car. Everybody driving the 88, and there is the American Airlines 88 driven by, looks like Joe Thompson. Nice looking ride. But as of right now, everybody is chasing this man right here as he is going to bring us to the Geico restart zone and start us back green flag racing with 9 laps to go. It's probably not the last caution that we're going to see, so we'll probably see these cars pace around just a little bit more. But $200 is on the line for first place. Second place, there's $175 on the line. And third is 152 buckaroos. And fourth and fifth is going to be $100. So that's a lot of cash on the line. James Wagner Welding, you know, they're definitely doing it up, and it is a popular series. So if you're interested in these money races, definitely get in touch with James Wagner, and he can tell you how to join. $27 entry fee, and the top 15 pretty much get their entry fee back. So if you got a good chance of getting your entry fee back. All right, Basin going to be restarting on the outside. Got the 97 of Axel Smith going to be restarting on the outside with him. Let's see how he reacts. Let's see how the bottom lane reacts with this restart. With 9 laps to go, green flag racing is back underway here at Talladega Super Speedway. And the 97 and the 11, they were on point. They are going to be locked nose to tail as they come into turn number 1. They're going to drift it down to the bottom lane, and they are going to take over the bottom lane from, looks like, the 27 of Kyler Wynn. Like I said, he's been doing a really good job. He's got a lot of that damage repaired from earlier, but getting a shove from the back and almost pushed him out of line. And there goes the 97. 97 is going to be around. And he is going to be all torn up. But back out front, there is no caution. Coming to 8 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4 down the front stretch to the tri-oval. Geico restart zone is going to be right about there, and Basin and Sipple are going to be out front leading this thing with a whole pack of 4 wide right there behind them. It is 8 laps to go. And are we going to see another big one? Chances are I'm going to say yes, as the 49 is going to be caught up in a lot of traffic. And there it is. The 24 got into the wall. And it looks like we are going to be back under caution once again. And we're going to have to go replay. And I don't know exactly who that was, but we're going to try to catch up with somebody to find out. And I believe it already happened just before then, so let's back it up just a little bit. And that's going to be the 29. I believe that's going to be a shove gone wrong. And there they are, 4 wide. You have the 59, 87, 49, and 24. So let's play it from there. Oh, no, the 24 just came off the wall. But no caution there. Very interesting. Let's go take a look at Axel Smith as he was towed into the pits. Well, it's not going to show me that, so we're just going to have to go back live. Once again, I'll be trying to get a lot of people's numbers and matching up with their cars, because it's hard to find a replay when you're trying to look for the car but the numbers don't match up. 97 going to be in the pits as he is getting he's probably got a meatball there. You see Brian Hennings, he is coming down pit road trying to get a little bit of his car. There's the 88. Okay, we may have found where our caution came out, because the 88 was not all mangled before. There you can see he has a lot of damage. Let's see if we can back this up just a little bit. Like I said, I don't like doing it like this, but I want to see kind of exactly where this happened. Looks like he had some connection issues maybe because he keeps on bouncing in and out. Okay, so he had a little bit of connection issues. That could have been what caused that, possibly. But 6 laps to go. We'll see one more. Well, if they have another caution, we'll see another attempt at a green-white checkered. But that'll be it after that. It's been a pretty good race. 60 laps have come and gone pretty quickly. There you see Bazin. He is going to be right there in front. He's going to have Mistretta right there behind him, starting on the front row with him. 92 of John Ward. He's going to be still in the mix. You got the 75 of Sipple right there also. Actually, he is the number 6. See how hard that is? It's like, which car is that? Now, Dylan Jones is not a car that we have really spoke about, but he is out here running in the 7th position. He's got 6 laps to go. The car looks pretty clean. He's got Falkenham, which has been running out front pretty much all night, right there alongside him. So that number 50 machine has a pretty good chance to win either, get him a win, $200, or at least his entry fee back. Well, it looks like tomorrow's race will be at Rockingham Speedway. That's going to be the Roughneck Racing Friday Super Series. That's going to be season 1, race number 3. So if it is broadcasted, which I do believe it is, definitely tune into that. And the entry fee, or if you're interested in racing, that is going to be $18 to enter, and top 4 are going to be paid out. It looks like $150 to first. Second is going to be $125. Third is going to be $100, and the fourth is going to be $65. And that is, they kind of put a lock on that. That's no former pro drivers or contenders. So if you're interested in running tomorrow night's race, definitely get in touch with the Roughneck Racing Series. All right, Geico Restart Zone. Basin is going to bring him into the Geico Restart Zone. And, a little bit of wiggle out of John Ward. Looks like he started in the wrong gear. May have spun the tires just a little bit. So Basin is going to go right down to the bottom lane. The 2 is going to almost be around. That is going to be Kyler Wynn. He saves it somehow, and they are still trying to get those cars back up to speed. So a little bit of a bunch up, and the top 6 are going to kind of try to break away. As there you see that 50. We were just talking about him just a little while ago. That's Jones. He's going to be the 5th car in line. Still chasing Basin as we have 4 laps to go here in tonight's race. Mistretta is going to be right there behind Bazin, trying to give him a shove out of turn number 3, trying to keep his car out front. The 37, Daniel Falkenham. He's going to have a little bit of help on that inside lane. Wow. Got cut off just a little bit. Here comes the 49. He is looking pretty strong. He's got a little bit of help behind him. They're going to jump down to the bottom lane. Here comes the 5. He's going to give the 49 just a little bit of help on that bottom side. to 26. There's going to be Detterich. He is trying to make his way through traffic, still chasing Basin with Miss Redder right there behind him. 3 laps to go. Here they come into turn number 4. Ward going to try to work himself up to the top of the track. He's going to make contact. Here we go. 87 is going to be around. And there is going to be a caution right there coming down pit road. And we're going to have to go back and take a look and see what exactly happened to that 87. There you see he's on the top of the track. Got the 44 right there behind him. 26 is going to be up front. Maybe, a little bit of contact from behind the 44. And that is going to collect a whole bunch of cars. 23 is going to be around. 87, he almost went up in the air. Those roof flaps definitely deployed. And there you're going to see the 35 is going to be down pit road. Don't believe the 35 got a lot of damage. But that should bring us back to... Oh, sorry. That did put us back under caution. So this is the first attempt and only attempt at a green-white checkered. 87 is showing a little bit of damage on the right, the left front. Probably got some damage on the rear also. Well, Carl Button has made it up towards the front. We saw him in an incident earlier, I do believe, also. Ward's going to be restarting right there in second. You also have McCullough is going to be right there in restarting in fourth in that number 5 Ford Mustang. You got to battle the manufacturers up front. You got 2 Toyotas, 1 Chevrolet, and 2 Fords in your top 5. So, I think the odds are kind of stacked up against the Chevrolet in the top 5, but in 6th, you do have another Chevrolet. That's going to be Miss Retta in the number 9, but it looks like can't see what that says. That's going to be the Nightmare Chevrolet. Kyle Wynn still hanging tough in his number 27 Miller Lite Ford Mustang. So this is it. He's got a little bit of damage on the backside of that Ford Mustang. Still hanging tough in the draft. Miss Retta is going to be the biggest mover of the race. McCullough is going to be the second biggest mover. That's Joshua. And Carl Bonton is going to be the third biggest mover of the race. So quite a few big movers of the race. So far, they got to get around this man right here. He's been really good at controlling all the lanes of traffic. We should see the pace car lights go off this time by. And it looks like Bazin is going to be starting on the top. Maybe. Yep, there he goes, committed. Carl Button is going to start on the inside. McCullough is going to be restarting right there in third. Ward going to be back there somewhere. All right, last attempt. If they wreck before the white flag, it is all over. $200 on the line. When we come to the green flag. Now, a lot of these drivers would like to see it go green and try to get in contentions of winning that $200. So we'll have to see how it all plays out as here they come into turn number 3. About to hit turn number 4. Pace car will dive off, and Basin will bring him to the Geico restart zone for the final time tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway for the Roughneck Madness Money Racing Series. And there goes the pace car. Simple and a good spot if it does go green. A lot of these drivers are going to make some aggressive moves to get out front just in case. But here they come. Green flag is about to fly. Nose to tail. Green flag racing is underway. 2 laps to go. 8 turns here at Talladega Super Speedway. And it looks like Basin, he's going to drop down to the bottom lane in front of Carlton. And here comes who is that going to be? Oh, and there it goes. And that's probably going to be a caution right there. Maybe not. Oh, my God. Somebody's back there flipping. And I don't know who it was, but that is going to bring out the caution. We're going to have to go back and check that out. No caution flies? Could be interesting. No caution is out. So Basin, he's going to have the lead as of right now. Carlton is going to be right there on his tail. John Ward going to be running right there in third. Coming to the white flag. Here we go. Nick Sipple, he is sitting there on that inside lane. He's got the 0-1 of Logan York pushing him, and here comes the inside lane. This is the final lap. Coming into turn number 1, out of turn number 2. That outside lane has a few other cars, but it looks like the bottom lane is going to get a few more takers. John Ward and it looks like Carlton is going to give it everything they had. The 11 is going to jump down to the bottom lane and right there in front of Eberhardt. Eberhardt gave him everything he had and still kept it straight. And there goes the 5. McCullough, he's going to be wrecking. Oh, there goes the 11. Hard hit to the outside wall. Who's got a car to make it to the finish? The 49 of Eberhardt, York, and Miles are going to take 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my goodness. He barely made it to the finish line before his car spun out. I don't know exactly what happened there, but holy cow. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that because watch the 0-1. His car just breaks loose. I don't know what exactly happened. He had to have touched the apron or something. And it just breaks loose. Was he trying to make too much of a maneuver? Yeah, that was too much of a run. Or he just was just like, okay, I want it from here. But let's go back a lap. Let's go back a little bit to... I want to see who is flipping down the backstretch. So $200 is definitely going to go in that man's pocket. York is going to get some cash also, and along with Miles. So there was the first one. The 5 was definitely flipping, but there was somebody else barrel rolling. I do believe it was down the front stretch. No caution came out. Either down the front stretch or down the back stretch. But somebody was in trouble. Right there it is. I can't really see the numbers. There it is, 87. Is that the true 87? Nope, that's not the true 87. People, their car numbers. I don't know whose number that was, but we can see a little bit from here. There he goes. Tumbling. Hard hit. All right, we'll cycle through the final results here, and then we'll get to our race winners. Eberhard is going to win that prize money for tonight. And just to give you a little bit of a reminder, that's going to be $200 in his pocket. Logan York is going to come out with $175, and it looks like Stephen Miles is going to come out with $152. Fourth place is going to get $100, and that's going to be Nathan Harper. Caden Dederich is going to get $100 also for sixth place. Or I'm sorry, for fifth place. Fourth place is going to be Vasquez. Sorry, it's very late. Harper is going to be in fifth place. Those two are going to get $100. Dederich is going to get $70, along with Asher Little. They both got $70 for sixth and seventh. Hastings, Ward, and Wilson is going to be 8th, 9th, and 10th. They're going to walk away with $50. And it looks like 11th through 15th is going to come out with $27 back in their pocket. That's going to be Guess, Corbett, Carbon, and Cody Nagels, and Derek Riley. So those are going to be your prize winners for tonight's race. It was a great race. Cautions breed caution, but that's super speedway racing. And, this is one of the best places to come if you like fast cars, cash, and super speedways. But let's get to our race winners. And the first one up is going to be Stephen Miles. Let me get back down to the Discord and find Mr. Miles, which they are not in the Discord. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? Well, I guess no interviews for tonight because I don't see him in an interview room. But what a great race it was. We appreciate everybody that stopped by. I know Eberhardt's in here. Where is he at? Or he may not be. He may already. He may have took the money and run. He ran. All right, well, I usually do top 3 interviews, but there are not there. So I guess this is going to be where we call it a night. We appreciate each and every one of y'all stopping by and joining us tonight, and, to our future viewers for tonight's race. I know a lot of these drivers should go back and take a look. But there was a lot of big ones in this race, and it definitely did not disappoint with 2 laps to go. We saw some barrel rolling. We saw some cars upside down in 2 different incidents. So, it was pretty exciting. I love to see the crashes, but I love to see the green flag racing also. They did a really good job of holding a lot of these 4 wide situations. They did a phenomenal job, but we'll see what next week brings as the Roughneck Madness Money Racing will return. But y'all have a good night. Take care of everybody. And y'all God bless. We'll catch y'all next time.